We shall start, sir.
Yes, sir.
Respected panelists and participants, a warm good morning to all. Today, the 10th day of this program, we will be having a session on age-appropriate activities for classes 6 to 8. To deal with the sessions, today we have two young and dynamic academicians, Dr. Sanjeev S. Patil and Dr. Sanjay Prajapati. Both are assistant professors in LNCP Trivandrum. To have a brief intro of Dr. Sanjeev S. Patil, he has been working in schools and he has got ample experience in school physical education for more than 12 years. And he has gained his graduation, post-graduation, MPhil and PhD in physical education. He proved himself as a judoka as well as a judo coach. He has gained medals at the national level. He has also produced champions in judo at national level. He has got more than 20 publications in various national and international journals pertaining to physical education. And he has also proven to be a successful coach as well as referee in judo. On behalf of all the participants and Sai LNCP, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. We also have Dr. Sanjay Kumar Prajapati, who gained his degree, post-graduation, MPhil and PhD in physical education from Banaras Hindu University. He has proven his caliber as a hockey player. He has participated 6 times in All India Intervarsity, and he has also secured silver medal in All India Intervarsity. He was also awarded with the Junior Research Fellowship from UGC. He has also gained a couple of awards like Innovative Teachers Award by Urbanto Society in 2019 and Research Excellence Award by Institute of Science in 2019. He is also a certified level 2 anthropometrist, and he is also a member of Indian Olympic Association in the area of Olympic education. I also welcome you, sir. I also extend a cordial welcome to the coordinator, Mr. Sujit Panikar as well. I request Dr. Sanjeev S. Patil to proceed with this session. Sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, first of all, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Khelo India, and Sports Authority of India, Lakshmi Bai National College of Physical Education, who has given me this opportunity to speak in front of you so that I can share my knowledge, whatever I have. So for this, I would like to extend my thanks towards the all. Thank you so much. Now I'll proceed with my topic. The topic is age-appropriate activity for class 6 to 8. So when we talk about the age-appropriate activity, so we have to insist on the age. So for what age we are going to provide the training? हम किस age के लिए training या किस age के लिए activity की बात करते हैं? So we have different age category. Like हम बात कर सकते हैं class 1 से 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 12. Basically, we are talking about the school sports. So there are different category. So we, in last classes, the class have taken by the Dr. G. Ajit. So he has taken class 1 to 5. Now we are going to take class 6 to 8. So when we talk about the age appropriate activity, so suddenly one thing will comes in our mind. What is the goal of physical education program? So the goal of physical education program, due to the physical education program, due to the physical education activity, the student will be enabled to demonstrate individually and with others any physical activity, physical skill, practices and value to enjoy his active life with the healthy living. So what we can say here, if you are doing regularly physical activity, if you are participated in any sports and all, you will be able to enjoy your life actively and healthy also, you long life. So, and that activity, that physical activity you can do individually or within a group or with a mass demonstration also, we can say. So there are different goals when we are doing the physical education program, when we are participating in physical activity. So there are different goals that we can achieve through the physical education program. So the first goal is acquire a range of movement skill to participate in variety of physical activity. How we can acquire a range of movement to participate in variety of physical activity means when we perform physical education, when we do physical education, when we do physical activity, we will be getting the range of movement skill, so that we can participate in different activities. Like if you perform in 6 to 8 category, if you perform different type of sports, different type of games, or different type of sports activity, so you will be able to perform in the variety of physical education, you will be able to perform the variety of sports. There are many skill, we can say, like in tennis, basketball, volleyball, you have to do the shoulder movement. So if you are able to do the shoulder movement not related to particular sports, but if you are able to do the shoulder movement, then you can perform any skill related to shoulder, like smash in volleyball, shot in basketball, and when the serving in tennis. So you can perform that particular skill effectively and efficiently. The next goal is understand and apply movement concept, principle and strategy in a range of physical activity. Means if you do the physical activity, अगर आप कोई भी physical activity कर रहे हैं या physical exercise कर रहे हैं, so आप उसको understand कर सकते हैं कि आप जो physical activity कर रहे हैं उसको आप किस intensity पे करना है, किस volume पे करना है. You can understand the concept of the physical activity and principle also. Principle means at what intensity you have to do at that age level. अगर आप 6 से 8 कैटेगरी की बात करते हैं तो उस एज कैटेगरी में आपको कौन से प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई करना है, किस इंटेंसिटी पे बात करनी है, किस वॉल्यूम पे काम करना है, सो वो आप उसमें उसको समझ के उसको अप्लाई कर सकते हैं कोई भी फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करने के लिए. नाउ द गोल 3, डेमोस्ट्रेट safe environment, demonstrate self practices during physical and daily activity with respect to themselves, other and the type. It means whenever you are performing the physical activity, whenever you are doing the physical activity, we have to demonstrate the activity in the safe environment with the safe practices. Like अगर आप किसी बच्चे को 2 वॉल के बीच में रनिंग करने के लिए कहते हैं, okay, so the children have not developed that kinesthetic sense. ओके अगर आप 2 वॉल के बीच में बच्चे को रनिंग करने के लिए कहते हैं तो बच्चा रनिंग स्टार्ट तो करेगा, वो दौड़ना स्टार्ट करेगा, लेकिन वो सर्टेन लेवल पे या फिर सर्टेन फिनिशिंग पॉइंट पे वो रुक नहीं पाएगा, क्योंकि उसका काइनेस्थेटिक सेंस उतना डेवलप हुआ नहीं है कि वो वहां पे रुक पाए. सो वो क्या करेगा, वो दीवार से जाके लड़ जाएगा. सो हमको सबसे पहले क्या करना है, उसके लिए सेफ इन्वायरमेंट प्रोवाइड करना है. वी शुड नॉट मेक देम रन between the wall, within the wall. So we have to make them run in the ground. So in that way we can focus. So we have to talk about the most safe environment, safe practices when the student are performing the physical activity. The next goal is display positive personal and social behavior across different experiences. So whenever you are performing the activity, whenever you are doing some physical activity, you have to have the positive approach towards the physical activity, towards the physical education. It means sometime what happened, a child, if you are taking a class, अगर physical education का कोई टीचर क्लास ले रहा है तो एक क्लास में आपको 30 to 40 स्टूडेंट मिलते हैं. उसमें डिफरेंट टाइप के स्टूडेंट होंगे. कुछ ऐसे स्टूडेंट होंगे जो एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व होंगे स्पोर्ट्स में, कुछ ऐसे स्टूडेंट होंगे जो एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व नहीं होंगे, कुछ ऐसे होंगे जिन पे पेरेंट्स का प्रेशर होगा कि वो इस स्पोर्ट्स में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना चाहते. सो हमको क्या करना है, हमको पॉजिटिव अप्रोच रखना है. हम उस जो बच्चा खेल में इन्वॉल्व नहीं होना चाहता है, हम उसको डांटेंगे नहीं, हम उसको हराश नहीं करेंगे. हम एक पॉजिटिव अप्रोच रख सकते हैं उस बच्चे के प्रति कि हम उसको मोटिवेट करें. आप मोटिवेट कैसे कर सकते हैं, अगर बच्चे के ऊपर पेरेंट्स का प्रेशर है कि वो गेम में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, सो हमको सबसे पहले पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस करना है. सो इन स्कूल यू आर हैविंग द PTA मीटिंग. सो इन PTA मीटिंग जैसे अदर सब्जेक्ट के टीचर क्लास लेते हैं, PTA मीटिंग में इंटरेक्ट करते हैं पेरेंट्स के साथ, सेम है आप फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर भी पेरेंट्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं. यू हैव द कैपेबिलिटी. आप अपने सब्जेक्ट को शो कर सकते हैं कि if they will read, if they will study, if they will do physical activity, what they are going to learn, उससे उनको क्या फायदा होगा बच्चों को. आप उनसे हेल्थ न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं, उनकी हेल्दी लाइफ के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. द टीचर्स आर वेरी कीन टू नो अबाउट देयर चाइल्ड. वो सब कुछ अपने बच्चे के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं. सो अगर हम उनको ये सारी चीजें बताएं कि आपका बच्चा फिजिकल एक्टिविटी करेगा और उसको आप इस तरह के न्यूट्रिशन प्रोवाइड करिए, तो उनके लिए वो उस चीज को बहुत अच्छा समझेंगे एंड वो दे विल रिस्पेक्ट यू ऑल्सो. सो वी हैव टू हैव द पॉजिटिव अप्रोच टुवर्ड्स द चाइल्ड, then it will develop their social behavior also. So they can interact with the society, they will develop the leadership quality, they will have the time management, they will develop the coordination if they will participate in the physical education activity. Now the goal 5 is acquire and maintain health enhancing fitness through regular participation in physical activity. If you are doing the physical activity regularly, you will be able to maintain your health. Okay, you will be able to maintain your health. So through the physical activity you can develop your health, you can develop the basic motor component, you can develop the general motor component, health component. So it is very easy to develop the physical health through the physical activity. And if you are doing regularly physical activity, you will be able to develop the fitness habit also. What fitness habit? If you are doing the regularly physical activity, that activity will become the habit for you. Like हम ब्रेकफास्ट करते हैं, लंच करते हैं, डिनर करते हैं, सो वो हमारी हैबिट में आ गया है कि हमको जैसे ही 8 से 9 बजता है हमको ब्रेकफास्ट की जरूरत होती है. तो अगर आप रेगुलरली फिजिकल एक्टिविटी भी करते हैं तो आपके अंदर एक हैबिट बन जाएगी. अगर आप एक्टिविटी नहीं करेंगे तो आपको खुद से अच्छा फील नहीं होगा. देन दैट विल बिकम अ हैबिट. सो थ्रू दैट यू कैन मेंटेन योर हेल्थ, यू कैन एनहांस योर लेवल ऑफ हेल्थ. द गोल 6 is enjoy and value the benefits of living a physical, active and healthy life. If you are doing the physical activity regularly and if you develop the fitness habit, you can enjoy your life very actively and healthy also. The goal 7 is support and encourage those who excel in sports. If you are involving the physical education program, if you are actively involved in the physical education program, okay, if you see any child, if you are providing sports for all, if you see any child have got some talent in particular specialization, and if he have some courage to do that, if he is taking interest, if he is hard worker, then you can support that child, you can encourage that child to excel in the particular sports. अगर आपको कोई बच्चा दिखता है कि वो बच्चे में टैलेंट है किसी गेम के प्रति और उसमें बहुत ज्यादा वो इंटरेस्ट लेता है, उसमें हार्ड वर्क करता है, वो कम्पीट करना चाहता है हायर लेवल पे, तो आप उस बच्चे को प्रमोट कर सकते हैं, उसको सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, इंकरेज कर सकते हैं कि वो अपने स्पोर्ट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करे और अच्छा रिजल्ट से. द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज P learning outcome, physical education learning outcome. When we talk about the physical education, when we talk about the anything, any program, so there should be outcome. So likewise, physical education outcome also is there. So first outcome is fitness and active lifestyle. When we talk about the fitness and active lifestyle, we have to talk participation for all children. Like I told you, जैसा कि मैंने बताया आपको कि अगर आपको क्लास में 40 बच्चे मिलते हैं तो उसमें कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जो खेलना चाहते हैं, कुछ नहीं खेलना चाहते हैं. तो हमको जो खेलना चाहते हैं उन पे फोकस तो करना ही है, लेकिन जो बच्चे नहीं खेलना चाहते उन पे भी फोकस करना है, क्योंकि हम यहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेशन फॉर ऑल चिल्ड्रन डेवलप करना चाहते हैं. हम चाहते हैं कि हर बच्चा हेल्दी हो, हर बच्चा फिट हो, जिससे कि वो गेम को एंजॉय कर सके, अपनी लाइफ को फन बना सके, अपनी लाइफ को एंजॉय कर सके. एक बच्चा क्या होता है जब वो 8 घंटे की क्लास करता है 40 मिनट्स की इन स्कूल में, वो मेंटली अनकंफर्टेबल होता है, बहुत सारे स्ट्रेस होते हैं उस सब्जेक्ट्स के. अगर वो 1 घंटे स्पोर्ट्स में पार्टिसिपेट करेगा, वो अपने स्ट्रेस को रिलीज कर सकता है, एंजॉय कर सकता है गेम को. सो वी हैव टू डेवलप द पार्टिसिपेशन फॉर ऑल चिल्ड्रन एंड फिटनेस फॉर ऑल. अगर हम participation for all and fitness for all, these two we have to develop in our school. We have to make each and every child fit. मोस्टली स्कूल में हम प्रॉब्लम क्या फेस करते हैं, ओबेसिटी की, माल न्यूट्रिशन की. तो बहुत से ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं जिनको ओबेसिटी होती है, इवन माल न्यूट्रिशन ऑल्सो. सो हमको क्या करना है, सारे बच्चों को फिट करना है. फिजिकल एक्टिविटी, स्पोर्ट्स सारे बच्चों को प्रोवाइड करना है. हम क्या करते हैं, स्कूल में अगर आपको एक क्लास मिली तो मोस्टली फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर ने एक फुटबॉल दे दिया बच्चों को और वो सारे बच्चे उस फुटबॉल में खेलते हैं. हो सकता है कि बाकी बच्चों का इंटरेस्ट अलग हो, वो कुछ और खेलना चाहते हैं, लेकिन हमारे ऊपर भी रिस्ट्रिक्शन होती है फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर की, जो स्कूल में काम करते हैं. उनके पास इतना टाइम नहीं होता है कि वो हर बच्चे को अलग अलग डील करें. ओके, लेकिन आप कर सकते हैं, बच्चों को 3 ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर दीजिए, 4 ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर दीजिए, एक फुटबॉल दे दीजिए, 10 बैडमिंटन पकड़ा दीजिए, किसी को टेबल टेनिस में भेज दीजिए. दैट यू कैन डू एंड यू कैन मेक अ लीडर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप. उस पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप में आप लीडर बना सकते हैं. उस लीडर को बोल सकते हैं कि आपको इस ग्रुप को हैंडल करना है. सो आपको सिर्फ ऑब्जर्व करना है. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन डेवलप द फिटनेस फॉर ऑल. एंड जब आप फिटनेस फॉर ऑल डेवलप करेंगे तो बच्चे के अंदर एक गुड सोशल बिहेवियर भी डेवलप होगा. उसको पता होगा कि उसको अपने टीममेट से कैसे बात करनी है, कैसे बिहेव करना है, उसको कैसे कोऑर्डिनेट करना है, एक टीम में रह के कैसे काम करना है. ये सारी चीजें वो सीखेगा उस क्लास के थ्रू, स्कूल के थ्रू. सो वी हैव टू फोकस फिटनेस एंड एक्टिव लाइफस्टाइल, पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ ऑल चिल्ड्रेन, फिटनेस फॉर ऑल. Next, when we talk about the sports pursuit, so now here in fitness and active lifestyle, we are providing fitness for all. But when we talk about the sports pursuit, when we find any child is talented and he is able to compete at higher level, we have to provide that child specialization. Fitness, when we talk about fitness and active lifestyle, we are not providing specialization for child. So when children is participating in any activity, from there we have to select. If we find a guy is talented and he want to compete at higher level, we have to provide them specialization in particular sports. जिस स्पोर्ट्स में वो बच्चा इंटरेस्ट लेता है, जिस स्पोर्ट्स में वो पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहता है, जिसमें वो हाई लेवल पे कम्पीट करना चाहता है, उसमें हम उसको इन्वॉल्व करेंगे. वो स्पेशलाइजेशन हम उसको प्रोवाइड करेंगे और हमको देखना है कि उसकी पर्सनालिटी उसको सूट करती है या नहीं उस गेम को. वो चीजें भी हमको देखनी है. दूसरी बात है, हम कंपल्सरी एंड रिजिड स्पेशलाइजेशन प्रोवाइड नहीं करेंगे. जैसे कि होता है किसी स्कूल में ग्राउंड नहीं है, तो हमारे यहाँ स्कूल में 2 गेम है, बैडमिंटन एंड फुटबॉल. बट जो बच्चा है वो बैडमिंटन फुटबॉल नहीं करना चाहता है, वो बास्केटबॉल करना चाहता है. तो हमको इतना रिजिड नहीं होना चाहिए, इतना कंपल्सरी स्पेशलाइजेशन प्रोवाइड नहीं करना चाहिए कि नहीं आपको फुटबॉल ही खेलना है, आपको बैडमिंटन ही खेलना है. अगर बच्चा बास्केटबॉल खेलना है तो वी हैव टू फाइंड सम वे, वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड देम बास्केटबॉल. सो अगर हम उसको बहुत रिजिड होंगे या उसको कंपल्सरी करेंगे कि नहीं आपको फुटबॉल ही खेलना है, सो फर्स्ट थिंग, द चाइल्ड ही विल नॉट एबल टू डू मूवमेंट प्रॉपरली of that particular sports. He will not take interest in that sports. So उसका आउटकम क्या होगा कि बच्चा जो मूवमेंट अच्छे से नहीं करेगा, उसके अंदर वो चीजें, वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेगा, तो उसके अंदर इंजरी होगी. अगर फुटबॉल में आप किक करा रहे हैं तो किक करते समय वो, अगर उसका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है तो वो अच्छी तरह से किक नहीं करेगा. सो वो इंजरी को डेवलप करेगा. अगर वो किक बार बार करता है सेम वे में, अच्छे से नहीं कर रहा है, तो वो ओवर यूज इंजरी में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. Okay, so the next thing is sports excellence pathway. After getting into the specialization, we have to select a excellence pathway. This should be for selected few on the basis of their potential and past record. हम बच्चों को स्पेशलाइजेशन प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं.
sports activities only, and the child will start involving in large number of physical activities, and it will gain lot of experience, then it will enjoy with these physical activities also. And in this stage, the child will understand the principles of training, which is most needed thing in the future also. And also it learns the safety aspects which is related with the sports. And most important thing is a social aspect. The child has to learn, and it will learn a core values of a life, like dignity, respect, responsibilities, relations, and integrity, care, harmony, respect for others, mutual understanding, cooperation. These qualities are most important thing for our society. So this sort of values can be learned at this age. With this, child will develop a health related fitness also. When it reaches the age of 15 to 16 years, or 17 to 18 years, recreational participations will be there, where a child learns and develops both physical activities as well as sports specific skill, as well as tactical abilities it will learn there. And sports activities is a long-term process for their performance enhancement, a sustainable development, a sustainable interest is the most important aspect here. So a child or a individual will develop these type of sustainable qualities during this age. And a individual try to apply principles of training and safety aspects during their sports activities. Child or an individual, he will develop a health related fitness as well as a skill related fitness in their activities. When we see sports pursuits, the child sometimes may be a very special talented one. So as a teacher, you should allow a child to opt one or more specializations. Don't restrict it for only one specialization during this time. And give importance for participation as well as for the training aspects more than winning aspects. And try to develop as well as a child will try to develop a mental skill as well as a sports related fitness also. When it is concerned with 17 to 18 years of age, you can expect a higher performance. So you can train with the performance based training aspects, and you can focus towards a particular goal. Next slides please, sir. Playing a variety of sports at your institution level, this is a most important thing. Whatever the situation is, please allow a child to participate in different types of activities. When it participates, it will learn lot of sports related skills, and multiple skills it will learn there, which is most important thing for their healthiest lifestyle also. And as a child starts involving in a calisthenic exercise or aiming exercise, or when a child is involved in trekking or adventurous activities, when a teacher tries to participate in racket games or in ball games or any aquatic activities, child learns a lot of skills, which is most related thing for social quality development. And when a student is allowed to participate in different sports activities, talent identification is also possible, and a sustainable interest can be developed among these children. So without this sustainable interest development, you cannot go further for further activities also. And when you allow a child to participate in different types of activities, a child will learn a general as well as a specific skills and a specific motor abilities also. And transferable skill can be learned when a child is involved in different activities. If it is focused towards only one skill, then it is very difficult for a transferable skills. When child involves in different activities, it is easy for a teacher or for a child to go through this transferable skills also. And finally, a overall personality can be achieved through this multiple sports activities. Thank you, sir.
Participants can watch this video of the Khelo India anthem. फिजिकल लिटरेसी पार्ट को कवर करता है। जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, हर बच्चा क्या कहता है, वो और खेलना चाहता है। हम जब भी उनको 40 मिनट की एक्टिविटी प्रोवाइड करते हैं तो उसके बाद भी बच्चा कहता नहीं सर 5 मिनट और खेलने दीजिए, वो और खेलना चाहता है। नेक्स्ट वन इज खेल में मस्ती है। जब भी बच्चा गेम खेलता है वो खुद को स्ट्रेस फ्री पाता है, उसको खेल से मस्ती मिलती है, वो खेल को एंजॉय करता है। खेल से मुस्कान पाए हम। अगर बच्चा खेलने के बाद वो अपने आप को कितना स्ट्रेस फ्री रिलीज करता है, उसको किसी भी, उसको पढ़ाई की टेंशन है या फिर टीचर ने डांट दिया या घर से प्रॉब्लम है, कुछ भी हो, अगर वो खेल में पार्टिसिपेट करता है, किसी फिजिकल एक्टिविटी में पार्टिसिपेट करता है तो उसके बाद उसके चेहरे पे मुस्कान आती है, वो बहुत हैप्पी फील करता है। चांद छूना चाहते हैं हम। जैसा कि बच्चे अगर उनको खेल में पार्टिसिपेट कराया जाए तो उनका एम बन जाता है कि वो हाँ बहुत हाई लेवल पे पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहते हैं, चांद को छूना चाहते हैं। खेल जीतना सिखाएगा। अगर आप खेल में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं तो मैच के दौरान आप डेफिनेटली आप चाहते हैं कि आप जीते। इवन जब आप एक रोल अदा करते हैं, जैसे अगर कोई टीम खेल रही है, आप बाहर से बैठ के क्लैपिंग करते हैं, तो आप चाहते हैं कि आपकी टीम ही जीते। सो अगर आप अंदर खेलेंगे, अगर आप गेम में पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली आप चाहेंगे कि आप ही जीतें। तो उसके लिए आप बहुत हार्ड वर्क करेंगे। खेल में क्या बात है, खेल में क्या बात है ये तो हमें पता ही है कि क्योंकि खेल से हमें फन मिलता है, खेल से हमें एंजॉयमेंट मिलती है, खेल से हम अपनी हेल्थ को मेंटेन कर सकते हैं। एक दूसरे का साथ है खेल। अगर आप खेलते हैं, स्पोर्ट्स करते हैं, सो आपको एक टीम वर्क में काम करना पड़ेगा, एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑर्डिनेट करना पड़ेगा, एक दूसरे को अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ेगा कि अगर हम बॉल लेके मूव कर रहे हैं तो हमको किसको किस टाइम पे बॉल देनी है जिससे कि हम स्कोर कर पाए। एक दूसरे के साथ अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी पड़ेगी। हम नहीं है किसी से कम। I think 2 to 7 years, 7 to 10 years already covered. I'll just brief it. 0 to 2 years, we can develop the like sitting, crawling, walking skill. 2 to 7 years, locomotor skill, manipulative skill, and stability skill that we can develop through the gymnastics, swimming, rhythmic activity. 7 to 10 years, we have to focus on sports related skill, sports related movement, so that the child, बच्चा जो है वो sports के skill को अच्छे से कर सके. Now we talk about the 11 to 14 years of age. In 11 to 14 years, basically we have to develop the fitness component. And to develop that fitness component, we have to provide the variety of individual and team sports. अगर हम बच्चे को 7 से 10 साल में किसी भी स्विमिंग एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व करते हैं, सो ये 11 टू 14 इयर्स एज है कि उस बच्चे को हमको स्पेशलाइज करना है उस गेम में. 11 टू 14 इयर्स की एज में हम उसको स्पेशलाइजेशन के थ्रू के अंदर ला सकते हैं. सो वी हैव टू प्रोवाइड द वैरायटी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल एंड टीम गेम्स टू डेवलप द fitness component. Like the fitness component is speed, strength, muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, flexibility, coordination, etc. And we can include yoga, calisthenic exercise, mass PT, aerobics also for some recreational purpose, and through this also we can develop the fitness component. So this is the proper age where we can develop the fitness component, because in this age बच्चा जो है वो बहुत तेजी से ग्रो करता है, उसके मसल्स में चेंजेस आते हैं, उसकी बॉडी में चेंजेस आते हैं. सो इफ यू प्रोवाइड प्रॉपर एक्सरसाइज, प्रॉपर बॉडी फिटनेस एक्सरसाइज, proper fitness component exercise, so he will be able to develop all the fitness quality. But we have to provide under the guidance of good instructor, under the guidance of good physical education teacher, because इसमें आपकी जो बॉडी है वो ग्रो करती है, मसल्स ग्रो करती है, सो हमको उनको प्रॉपर शेप करना है, प्रॉपर शेप में लाना है, प्रॉपर साइज में डेवलप करना है. सो वी हैव टू हैव अ प्रॉपर फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर who can guide you properly. Over to Sanjeev S. Patil.
Construction of the curriculum. This is a major part for teachers. There will be a lot of dilemma or confusions. What should be there in our curriculum? So few points are here. So where you can include all those points in your curriculum. First of all, you don't limit these particular activities only. You allow and add number of activities. Don't hesitate also to while adding also, but make sure that a few activities should be a compulsory one, like athletic activities, gymnastic activities, swimming, or individual sports or a team sports and a traditional sports. Why this is important? Because these activities like especially athletics, will help you to learn most of fundamental skills. Even swimming as well as gymnastics teaches you a fundamental skill as well as a survival skill. And individual sports also helps you to build a strong personality, and team games also helps you to develop a social quality. So you have to give more importance for these sort of activities. And we cannot deny traditional Indian sports also. Yes, even other sports also develops a lot of personalities. Even traditional Indian sports also helps you to develop a open overall personality of an individual. And you should include yogic activities once or twice in a week during your curriculum per week. And give importance for your outdoor educations like adventurous camps or educational tools or NCC camps or NSS camps. Through this also, the child will become more familiar with the society and the environment which is around us. And give importance for physical health and fitness, and teach or make a child more equipped with a physical literacy than sixth one, like body and lifestyle, which is most important thing. And as per NCT also, they have made some curriculum contents here. In a class sixth standard, child will learn about its own body as well as postures, and it will learn how to remain fit in its whole life, and learns different types of games and sports, and it will come to know the leader as well as a quality of a leader, and as well as a follower's qualities also. And in this class, you can adopt yogic aspects for health aspects. Then next, nutrition and healthy living content should be there in your curriculums. Then safety outside school activities should be considered. General gender sensitivity is also very important. So as a teachers, they should include all those contents which is most helpful in the physical aspects. And next is class 7th. In a class 7th, again, once again, you in a curriculum, you can give more importance for your body postures, and child will try to learn fundamental skills and related to individual sports and team sports here. Importance is given for calisthenic exercises and mass PT exercises, include rhythmic activities or aerobic activities, include yogic physical fitness activities also. Give importance for food and nutritional aspects. And at this age, you can give importance for the common injuries which takes place during your physical activities, and try to provide scholarships as well as awards for their participations. This will enhance the interest of every child. And during this class 8th standard, give importance for fundamental skills which is related to your individual games as well as team games. Again, give importance for yogic activities, especially concentration or meditative activities. You can give it so that even child will develop good cognitive abilities also. Recreation and outdoor activities should be an important part. This activity should be enjoyed. And also give importance for first aid. In the previous classes, you have learned about what type of injuries will be there, and for that how to treat. That is also very important. Give importance for first aid activities also. Next slide, please. Individual sports skills. A teacher should give more importance for individual sports skills here. Lot number of activities are there, like in track and field, you will learn crouching positions, how to run, how to trot, how to increase the speed, as well as jumping activities you will learn. Then throwing activities you will learn. lot number of activities are required. This acts as a base for other sports activities also. Give importance for individual sports. In track and field, you can give importance for 100 meters, 200 meters, or 400 meters, or a relay or a long distance runs. Then throwing activities, especially the discus and javelin throw or a discus throw, can be included in your activities. You have to teach all those things. And jumping activities like long jump or a high jump, these has to be a part of teaching skills. Next slide, please. Yes, I have told that one individual sports skills, especially athletic activities, helps you to develop a fundamental motor skills. When we see other skills like gymnastic skills, where learning children will learn how to fall, how to roll, and how to get up. So as well as in aquatic activities, especially swimming, the child will learn how to swim and how to be in and how to adapt to an aquatic environment. And individual skills like combat activities, this has to be a part of your curriculum also, and teach this sports skills, because all this gymnastics or a swimming or a combative games, this acts as a self-defense as well as a protective game for your whole life. And especially swimming, it is an additional skill for an individual, so it will help him to survive in an aquatic areas also. And especially combat games, when this is a present need of a society also. If a child is equipped with an self-defense activities, that child can survive and live confidently in this present society. Next slide, please. And teaching team sports skills, as you know that one individual skills are very important, equally even team sports skills are very important here. Like hockey skills are there. One day a hockey player can be a good golf player also. A transferable things are possible in this. And ball games especially, even these can be transferable from football to other games like rugby or different types of games. Even cricket also helps in transferable things, like from cricket one can go for a softball or a baseball activities here. They will learn a basic fundamental skills through these activities also. And when a child is involved in sports activities, it will learn a sustainable qualities like interest. And it also helps to develop a social qualities, which is a most important thing, like team spirit, cooperation, leadership, then mutual understanding, sacrifice. These type of social qualities can be developed here. Then teaching skill of various team games effectively and efficiently. This can be achieved through this team games, and this team games helps to identify the talents and helps to nurture the talents also. Next slide, please. Team games, again, when you include individual games like racket games or ball games or team games like outdoor games, kabaddi or kho-kho, even these activities helps to develop a fundamental as well as a specific skills which is most needed for a modern games also. And these skills, what you learn, that can be transferable. Like if you are a good ball badminton player, one day you can be a good shuttle badminton player also. If you are a very good player in tennis, lawn tennis, you can be a good a squash player also. And kho-kho and kabaddi, it is an indigenous game which also teaches you a good social qualities, because it is a team game where cooperation is needed, unity is needed, sacrifice is needed. With that, even these games need a good athletic qualities also. So these games also acts as a base for other modern games also. So if you insist a child to learn this indigenous games in their school days, that will definitely help the child in future also. Next slide, please. Yoga, this yogic aspects are very important for our whole life. Even government of India is giving more stress towards this yoga because it is a traditional activity which is performed by Indians. Here also, when space is not there, some schools especially they face this infrastructure problems. Some schools they may not have a good ground facilities. In that time, if you want to develop a good physical fitness, you can adopt yogic activities. A few activities like for class 6 to 8, you can give a common yogic practices like asanas, and a very moderate or a simple asanas you can give them, like balancing asanas or twisting asanas. That is sufficient for them. And yogic yoga for health aspects like Surya Namaskara is the best one. Overall development can be achieved through this Surya Namaskara, where you can give more importance for your muscles, bones, as well as respiratory systems. And yoga for physical fitness, again, yoga Surya Namaskara especially, it is not meant only for a fitness aspect. Through the Surya Namaskara, you can develop even your health aspects also, as well as spiritual aspects, and give importance for a meditation, because at your school level, even the cognitive abilities are very important here. Child has to learn different types of subject where too much of concentration requirement is there. When you practice this yoga, even meditations also, even through meditation, even you can develop a good concentration abilities. And concern to 9 to 12 class, introduction, you can give importance for introduction, overall introduction, and you can teach important yogic aspects which can deal with an stress management. During exam time, child may face a lot of stress, so that can be overcome by these yogic activities. Yoga for healthy life and yoga for concentration, this can be opted. Next slide, please. Fit India Yoga Protocol for a class 6 to 8. Even Government of India through Ayush, Ministry of Ayush, they have recommended a few yogic activities like prior at an initial stages, starting, and do a warm up with Surya Namaskara, then perform some asanas like Tadasana, standing asanas like Tadasana, or a trunk twisting asana, Kati Charakasana or Trikonasana, a triangular poses, and sitting asana like Uttanasana, camel pose, Paschimottanasana, again a seated forward bending poses, Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spine twistings, then prone poses like Dhanurasana and Makarasana can be practiced. And supine postures, you can go for Ardha Halasana, Pavana Muktasana, or Shavasana. You can perform all these activities within 1 hour, but you have to keep importance for how many rounds you are going to do. When you are at an initial stages of learning, you give importance for less rounds, and duration you can keep like 8 minutes for to perform all sort of asanas for 2 rounds. And finally, you can give importance for pranayama, breathing aspects like a Brahmari, which is a most important thing for your brain as well as for your throat. Thank you. Next slide, please. Over to Sanjay sir.
Thank you. Now the transferable skill, when we are practicing any skill, जब भी हम किसी skill की practice करते हैं, that can be transferred to other game also. Like Sanjeev Patil sir have told, when you are practicing hockey, then we can do better in the other game also. So transferable skill, game related concept and skill that can be transferred from one game to another game across the 3 game category. The game category is one, net barrier; second one, striking, fielding; third one, territorial invasion. When we talk about the net barrier, the main intention of the game is to send the object or ball back to the opponent that he or she is not able to return it, or he is forced to make some error. Like in this net barrier game, like we can have the badminton, table tennis, lawn tennis. Okay, so in this way, what we have to do, we have to send the object or shuttle to the opponent court, and we have to send like that they cannot defend it properly, and they will make some error, so that we will be gaining a point, and we will be able to set up attack properly. So what the game related concept in the net barrier things: offense, winning the point. When we talk about the offense, we have to win the point through sending the ball or shuttle to opponent court. Setting up an attack, we have to set up attack properly so that we can win the point. In defense, we can say that defending, attack, and defending against an attack. When the opponent are attacking, so we have to defend in a proper way. So whenever they want to gain the point, when they pass the ball, when they pass the shuttle through the net, so we have to defend it properly, and we have to defend the space. If you are leaving the space like right corner, left corner, that space we have to defend in net barrier basically. Another one is striking field. In striking field, we can talk about the cricket. Okay, so the concept is to place the ball away from the fielder and score run by advancing best safely. मीन्स हमको जो स्पेस में बॉल को प्लेस करना है, स्पेस में बॉल को हिट करना है, so that we can gain the run, we can take the advantage. Okay, and the game related concept in offense, sending into space, we have to send the ball into the space so that we can gain the run, we can have the run. Advancing bases to score, the ultimate aim is to score. If we send the ball in space, we'll be able to score. Then in defense, what we can do, we can defend the space. If somewhere we are leaving the space, no like वहाँ पे कोई भी प्लेयर नहीं है, तो हमको वो स्पेस को कवर करना है, जिससे कि अगर बॉल स्पेस में आ रही तो हम उसको कैच कर सके या उसको पकड़ सके, जिससे कि अपोनेंट को रन लेने में प्रॉब्लम होगा. डिफेंडिंग बेस, वी हैव टू डिफेंड द बेस ऑल्सो, कि कहाँ पे अपोनेंट जो है बॉल को मार सकता है, कहाँ पे स्पेस में बॉल को फेंक सकता है, वो बेस हमको कवर करना है. Then the next thing is territorial invasion. In this type we can have a game like a football, hockey, means to attack the opponent defending area and score a goal while protecting on goal at the same time. हमको अटैक करना है डिफेंडिंग एरिया में, उसी समय हमको अपना जो एरिया है उसको भी सेव करना है. अटैक के साथ साथ हमको डिफेंस अपना स्ट्रॉन्ग रखना है कि अगर हम अटैक कर रहे हैं तो हमारे ऊपर अटैक ना हो जाए. सो वो प्लानिंग हमको करनी है बेसिकली फुटबॉल, हॉकी, दिस टाइप गेम में. सो स्कोरिंग इज अचीव थ्रू सेंडिंग or shooting an object like ball we can use to a specific or target area accurately. So in this we can have the game related concept like in offense, keeping possession of the ball. If you possess the ball, आपको ball अपने पास रखना है so that you will be able to pass the ball accurately and efficiently. In relation to that, in defense, what we can do, we can regain possession of the ball. If some person is having the possession of the ball, we can try to tackle, we can try to regain the possession of the ball from opponent to defense. Then using space to invade, when we are attacking, we have to use space to enter into the defense area. हमको जो स्पेस क्रिएट करना है, स्पेस बनाना है ताकि हम अपोनेंट के एरिया में एंटर कर सकें, प्रवेश कर सकें, जिससे कि हम गोल कर सकें. In defense, when we talk about the delaying the invasion, अगर किसी को स्पेस मिल रहा है अटैक करने के लिए, तो डिफेंस में हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम उसको डिले कर सकते हैं, उसके अटैक को हम डिले कर सकते हैं ताकि हम अपने डिफेंस को पीछे बुला सके, जिससे कि उसका अटैक जो है वो कामयाब ना हो. The next thing is creating space to invade. We have to create space to enter into the defense area, opponent area. So how will create the space? Suppose if you are moving with the ball towards the right side, okay, so all the players will come towards the right side, then already space will be creating in the left side, so you can pass the ball toward the left side. So in that way you can create the space. In defense we can say that denying space to invade. You can deny space. Whenever space is there, you can just cover the space. When you cover the space, they will not able to enter into the opponent area. Attacking the goal, the ultimate aim is to, we have to score, we have to goal. So we have to attack towards the goal so that we will be able to score. Denying is, in defense, denying is scoring opportunity. When the person is able to score, he's attacking, so we have to deny it so that he won't be able to score and he will not get opportunity to score. When we talk about the situational game, like 1 versus 1 situation, so what to do in 1 versus 1 situation? Okay, student move away from defender and protect the ball. How they will move? What we have to do in 1 versus 1 situation? Okay, so we have to have possession, shielding of the ball, and we have to move away from the defender. Okay, so how you can have the possession? With the next point is how to do. How to do means you have learned the skill at the age of like 10 to 6 class, 5 to 6 years. At the age of this, you have learned the skill. Through that skill, you can have the possession of ball, you can have the shielding of ball, so that you can do that skill properly. Then you have to have the quick decision. How you will take the quick decision, what to do for that. Okay, so you have already learned the many skill, you have already learned the movement, so you have to use the appropriate skill for that particular situation. You may be learning different dodging, okay, in football, in hockey, you have learned different type of dodge, so you have to use that particular appropriate dodge at that particular situation so that you can enter into the opponent goal area and you will be able to score. The next thing is the recommended exercise for this particular age group. So we have the category like aerobic exercise, muscle strengthening exercise, and bone strengthening exercise. So aerobic exercise, we can provide the 60-minute exercise each day that can be moderate or vigorous. Okay, so in moderate exercise, we can have like basketball, softball, brisk walking, bicycle riding, dancing, hiking, uphill, housework. These all are the type of moderate exercise that the children can play. So, sorry. In this way, they can participate. 60-minute moderate exercise, aerobic exercise, it doesn't mean that you have to run 60 minutes. If you are taking part, if you are playing the baseball, basketball, that also is a type of moderate aerobic exercise that you can perform. And when we talk about the vigorous exercise, that is also considered basketball, bicycle, jumping, martial art. Then 3 days per week, you have to have the muscle strengthening exercise. Like you can do the gymnastic, lifting weight, monkey bars, playground equipment, push-up, pull-ups. There are many exercises that also you can include in that. Bone strengthening exercise, that also you should have 3 days per week, like cheerleading, football, hopscotch, jump rope. These all are the exercise that you can recommend to your student in school, basically class 6 to 8 age category. Then endurance related sports. Fit India recommended exercise for school children in class 6 to 8. The endurance related sports activity like sport running that improve the speed and endurance as well as core strength also. Climbing stairs that will improve the endurance. Walking on toes, it will improve endurance. Swimming, jumping jack, march and swing your arms, that will improve your strength. So this type of endurance activity that you can recommend. Strength related activity, leg raise, side. After you complete leg raise, lift one side, switch to other side, push-ups. These all are the strength related activities. Flexibility related activities, calf stretch, child's pose. Okay, there are many exercises for flexibility also that you can recommend. Balance related activities, leg swing, walking on lines of different shape. These all are the balance related activity. Okay, it is recommended by the Fit India for basically class 6 to 8 category. Now, right age for sports person. What are the right age for when we talk about the specialization or when we talk about the get child into the sports? What is the right age? So when we talk about the swimming, अगर हम स्विमिंग के बारे में बात करते हैं तो 7 to 9 years ये एज ऐसा है जिसमें कि बच्चा जो है स्विमिंग स्टार्ट कर सकता है. बट अगर हम स्विमिंग में स्पेशलाइजेशन की बात करें तो हमको 11 to 13 ईयर्स में उसको स्पेशलाइज कराना पड़ेगा, उसको स्पेशलाइजेशन में एंटर करना पड़ेगा 11 to 13 ईयर्स एज में. और उसकी हाई परफॉर्मेंस कौन सी एज कैटेगरी में आएगी, वो 18 to 22 ईयर्स. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट लाइक यू माइट हैव हर्ड अबाउट द 10 ईयर्स और 10,000 आवर्स. ओके, सो 10 ईयर्स या फिर 10,000 आवर्स किसी भी बच्चे को जरूरत पड़ती है हाई परफॉर्मेंस पाने के लिए. सो अगर हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि 7 to 9 ईयर्स में बच्चा अगर एंटर करता है स्विमिंग में, सो अगर वो हाई परफॉर्मेंस 18 to 22 ईयर्स एज में पाता है तो बेसिकली उसको 10 to 11 12 लगते हैं. So we can consider 10,000 hours also. So in this way we have to start. When we talk about the tennis, you have to start in 7 to 8 years, then get into a specialization in 11 to 13 years. Then you will be able to get high performance in 17 to 25 years. Gymnastic also, in gymnastic we have to start a bit early, 6 to 8 years, then get into the specialization in 9 to 10 years. Then you will be able to get the high performance at the age of 14 to 18 years. When we talk about here field hockey, you have to get into the practice 11 to 13 years, then you have to get into the specialization 14 to 16 years, then you will be able to get high performance at the age of 20 to 25 years. Means आपको 10 वर्ष या फिर 10,000 घंटे की जरूरत होती है हाई परफॉर्मेंस पाने के लिए. अगर कोई भी बच्चा किसी भी स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है तो उसको मिनिमम 10 ईयर और 10,000 घंटे की जरूरत होती है. Over to Sanjeev S. Patil, sir.
Mass participation in activities, especially in your school arena.
संजीव सर आपका म्यूट है.
Mass participation in activities at your school level, there will be a good strength. So for whole strength, you have to give importance. And as a teacher, should act as a teacher only, not as a coach. And he can act as a coach only for those talented students. In case if a good mass group is there, means he should act as a teacher only. As a teacher, give importance for mass activities like cycling races or a tug of war, strengthening exercises, or mass PT, calisthenic exercises, or aerobic exercises. You can include this thing during your interval times, or when during a prior time also. 1 or 2 exercises also helps them to stimulate. The drowsiness can be removed out of from their mind when they start entering into the classes. And you can give small activities like a chess, which is most important thing for the development of cognitive abilities. Yes, even though 2 individuals are participating here, you can see here other students are there. They are like spectators, where even their involvement is there, even they are enjoying these activities. So in this mass activities, not only participants will enjoy, even the spectators will also enjoy these activities. So when mass participation is given more importance, social qualities like unity, cooperation, belongingness, common opinions, enjoyment, fun can be developed here. Those who are practicing it actively, they can develop their health, fitness, especially even they can develop their cognitive abilities, and they will follow a common discipline in their activities, because these activities are done in a particular place. So those who are involved in this, definitely they will learn a art of a discipline also in their life. Next slide, please. Again, mass participations like kabaddi is there, or a ball game is there, dodge balls are there, and a common relays are there. Bunch start, you can opt athletic activities also. Then ball games can be opted for this mass participations. Then calisthenic exercises or trekking activities can be included in this mass participations. So here also, even though these games are economically very cheapest one, like what do you say, like dodgeballs or running races or kabaddi activities, less expenditure is required. But team games, you can develop a good social values through this also, and even spectators, they will enjoy. And this, all these activities especially leads towards a healthier life only, and they will inculcate a good habit rather than being in a mobile. They can come outside and they can participate, and really they can build their health compared to a mobile sports activities. Next slide, please. Here is a small video on traditional games. Please watch it.
अपने देश के कुछ ऐतिहासिक खेल जो करते हैं एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत का नारा बुलंद। देखिए भारत के इंडिजिनस स्पोर्ट्स और चलिए एक रोचक सफर पर हमारे साथ। इंडिजिनस स्पोर्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया, कमिंग सून।
You have seen this one, traditional games. We cannot deny this traditional games because it is ours. If we are not able to follow this or practice this traditional games, who will follow this one? And you cannot simply deny that even these traditional games helps to develop lot number of qualities, like you can develop same social qualities also here, and you can enjoy, you can have a fun also, and a disciplined life can be brought through this traditional games also. So what I insist is that instead of in your school activities, yes, you follow a modern games also. With that, one or two indigenous games can be included in your activities, so that our traditional games will remain alive. Next slide, please. Over to Sanjay sir.
Now, when we talk about the long-term athlete development, so this is the model given by the Canadian Sports. So here you can see the physical literacy part. So first, in this model, we have to develop the physical literacy. For physical literacy, what we can do, we can develop the fundamental movement skill, like running, jumping, jogging, walking. These are all the fundamental movement skill. Next, we have to lead towards the fundamental sports skill. Fundamental sports skill, like if you are developing throwing in fundamental movement skill, then you have to develop the soccer throwing in the fundamental sports skill. Then in various decision, in various situation, he has to do the fundamental sports skill. When we are teaching the fundamental movement skill leading towards the fundamental sports skill, then the child has to perform the fundamental sports skill in the various situation. Like when we teach throwing in fundamental movement skill, then we have to lead towards the soccer throwing in fundamental sports skill. Then again, soccer throwing, how he has to do as per the situation, like sometimes he has to perform low, sometime high, sometime long, sometimes short. Then after that, we can lead towards a variety of environment. Suppose we have the different type of ground, ice, mud surface, then he has to understand the situation and he has to perform that skill in as per the environment. as per the variety of environment. So in this way, we can develop the physical literacy. Physical literacy consists with the physical, psychological, skill, and cognitive things. So after developing the physical literacy, we have to build the physical and mental capability of the child. So how you will build? You have to train the child basically for their physical fitness component. So in this way, you have to develop. Then the child can lead towards the high performance sports. Over to Sanjay Patil, sir.
You can watch a small video here, which is related to activity classroom, what you can perform, and please.
In the early 1960s, Dick Fosbury tried his hand at almost every sport, but never excelled anything backwards. Instead of jumping with his face towards the bar, bringing each leg over in the traditional straddle method, he jumped with his back towards the bar. Fosbury improved his record by over half a foot and left his coaches amazed by this strange new style of high jumping. During the next few years, Fosbury perfected his high jump style, won the U.S. national trials, and assured his place in the 1968 Olympics in Mexico. In the Olympic Games, Fosbury amazed the world with his new technique, winning a gold medal with an Olympic record leap of 2.24 meters. By the next Olympic Games, almost all the competing high jumpers had adopted what came to be known as the Fosbury flop. What's the secret behind the technique? It lies in a physics concept called the center of mass. For every object, we can locate the average position of all of its mass by taking into account how the mass is spread around the object. For instance, the center of mass of a flat rectangular object of uniform density will be in the intersection of both diagonals, in equal distance from each corner. We can find the center of mass for other objects by similar calculations, or by finding the object's balancing point, which lies right underneath its center of mass. Try balancing a broom by holding it and slowly bringing your hands together until they meet. This balancing point lies right underneath the broom's center of mass. We humans also have a center of mass. When most people stand up, their center of mass is around the belly. But what happens to your center of mass when you lift your hands in the air? Your center of mass moves upwards. It moves all the time as you move through the day, based on how your body is positioned. It can even move outside of your body. When you bend forward, your center of mass is located below your bent belly, in a place where there is no mass at all. Weird to think about, but that's the average position of all your mass. Many objects' center of mass are outside their bodies. Think of donuts or boomerangs. Now look at the Fosbury flop and follow the position of the center of mass of the jumper. The jumper runs very fast, so he can divert.
You have seen this small video here where
Sanjeev sir, your voice.
You have seen this small video how physical activities can be included in major subjects like science, where students while learning this Newton's law, they can adopt physical activities and they can give a good example of these things. Like when they run, they can give a good example of friction or an acceleration, and they can give a good example of centripetal and centrifugal forces when a ball or a discus is thrown, and when a javelin is thrown or a discus is thrown, a force, angle, projectile, all this can be explained in their classes, and a movement like a change of a direction or a speed or a reaction time. This can be given as a good example here. And while teaching biological aspects, they can include lungs capacity or VO2 max, measuring pulse rate or metabolic. Practically, they can give this type of experience during their theoretical hours also by including our physical activities. So you can promote yourself, or you can motivate other teachers to include these physical activities in their classes also.
So this is the exercises for Fit India active engagement. Now the last thing is fitness. We have two type of fitness, that is health related and skill related. Health related basically to live a healthy life, and skill related that if you are taking part in any game or not, so you need this skill related physical fitness. Since we have time constraints, we are going to end the session. So thank you all the participants, because आप लोगों ने बहुत ही पेशेंस के साथ सुना है. Thank you so much.
Now we'll move on to the question and answer session. So basically we are having a feeling that you can say that
आपका voice काफी low है. So this sir, your voice is low.
Am I audible, sir?
No, not yet.
Can you hear me, sir?
It's still a little low only, sir. सर आप चेक कर लीजिए.
Sir, am I audible now?
Mild, sir, mild.
As I can see here, in which age we provide training to the children?
Yeah.
This is one question from the participants.
Sanjay sir, you can take the questions maybe.
Yeah. So in which age we can provide the weight training for the participant? Basically, you can start weight training 7 to 9 years of age also, but under the guidance of a proper trainer. You can provide the weight training with on body weight at the age of 7 to 9 years of age, but you have to consider all the motor components, not only the strength part. You have to provide them, you have to develop the all motor component like endurance, flexibility, agility, all the motor components you have to develop. Besides that, you can provide the weight training with on body weight. It doesn't matter that you are providing at the age of 14, age of 15, you can provide 7 to 9 years, but the guidance should be proper. The trainer who is providing training or strength training, that trainer should be properly trained. At that age, you have to consider your nutrition part also, providing strength training. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Sanjay, so this sir, you want to check now?
Yes, sir. Sir, from Anil Uggale, most probably for all the classes, we are getting time only up to 35 to 40 minutes. In this brief time, not to have a wide warming up session is not practical. Sir, could you please suggest some warm-up which are so effective but less in duration? Please, sir.
Yeah, with less duration, you can opt aerobic exercises. A mild movement can be helpful to give a good warm-up for them. That small activities will help a lot to give importance for warm-up also. Within 10 minutes, you may get a good warm-up through this aerobic activity.
Yeah, fine, sir. Just like in order to conclude, some exercises like instead of statistics, we can go for ballistic stretching, where actually there is a component of aerobics plus stretching. So such kind of activities may be preferred over statics, so that we can save our time. Sir, one more question and the last one. Muhammad Sadiq, he has put up one question, and it is a common query for all. At this particular age of adolescence, most of them are having a reluctance in order to participate in physical activity. Especially how you can just persuade these people to exercise. Either of you can take up the question, sir, please.
Yeah, during adolescent age, a lot of fluctuations will be there in growth and development also. So as a teachers, they should consider that physical growth also. And most of you should include those games which helps to develop a sustainable interest in their activities. So if their interest is sustained through different activities, then they can continue their further activities also.
Yes, sir. As you rightly said, we can go with this way. you can just merge their interest in the technological aspect also with physical activity. Now we have inventions like Exergames, where we are actually combining physical activity along with the gaming systems. Where actually we have a number of options like that. If we can ask, one of the participants were also asking about how we can have an interactive classroom for physical education. So only if such things can be incorporated into the curriculum of physical education, then only we can actually persuade these people to take part in physical activity. I hope this session will be much useful for them. I also thank all the panelists for this one. I hand over the session to Sujit sir. Sir, please.
Yeah, sir, Sanjeev sir and Sanjay sir, thank you so much.
Hi, Sujit, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sujit, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Sujit, I just sent you the action song. You can request everybody to join me for an action song.
Yeah. So I just request all the participants. So Usha ma'am is going to take a small activity. See if everyone
action
can
song.
get,
Action song. Yeah, of yesterday's session.
It's an action song. So yesterday we had a fundamental movement skill. So nursery to class prep. She wanted to do it yesterday, and this is a special request, and she wants to get everyone energized before the session is over. Over to you, ma'am.
So good morning, everybody, and the most distinguished speakers today, Dr. Sanjay Prajapati, Dr. Sanjeev Patil, Mr. Sujit, and Dr. Sudesh, and all my dear friends. Please join me with a small action song. So I request all of you to kindly stand up and imitate what I do, because you are full of energy and hope you'll give me energy too. Okay, please stand up, all of you. And
Usha madam is the most energetic one. So all the participants, you should just be ready for something nice. So.
Hope you all are, hope I'm audible. And I also wish somebody joins with me here. Well, if you're ready, you're going to just say yes. I'm going to bend down and say yes. You're going to join me at least in the. Okay? So if I ask you, are you ready? You're going to say yes. You're going to bend down and say yes. So are you ready? Yes.
Yes.
Okay? So we have a song. I hope I'm audible. And I'm sure you are happy. So if you're happy, right? Are you happy? Please put in the chat box. Are you happy?
Everyone is saying yes, ma'am.
Sessions are quite happy. And that is what we get. Before I start the song of happiness, I just gave you one particular game which we think you could give the children. Think of a clock. Couple of minutes what a clock is. Clock has got 10, 6, 3, and 9. So you're going to have a clock. I'm not going to come to the game. So I ask you to step on to 12. So you say 12 and back. 12 and back. 9 back. And I don't know whether you can see my screen. I'm sorry. And say 3 back. 12, 3, 9, 12, 6, 12. You can modify. You can have ample. These are the kind of things that you can do. Okay. So we start off with a song. I'm sure you're all going to enjoy this. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, and you really want it more. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, clap fingers. When you're happy and you know it, clap fingers. When you're happy and you know it, and you really want it more. When you're happy and you know it, clap fingers. When you're happy and you know it, clap your thighs. Bend down. When you're happy and you know it, slap your thighs. 1, 2. When you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show. When you're happy and you know it, slap your thighs. When you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. When you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. When you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show. When you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. When you're happy and you know know it, say, let's play, let's play. When you're happy and you know it, say, let's play, let's play. You're happy and you know it, and you really want to show. When you're happy and you know it, say, let's play, let's play. When you're happy and you know it, 2 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play. When you're happy and you know it, 2 or 5. Let's play. When you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show. When you're happy and you know it, 2 or 5. Louder. Let's play. Thank you so much.